Hello, everybody. This is Howard the Teaserking coming to you with the NFL Week 1 Games of the Week, Teaser of the Week. Um, the NFL has become very, very strange, confusing. I don't think they understand it's actually football they're playing. They're trying to play two-hand touch. This whole preseason it's the strangest way. You cannot get players ready without action. You cannot do it. Um, it's impossible. It's like playing basketball, but we won't play in a game. You'll just practice and shoot, with nobody guarding you, and just shoot free throws, and you're ready for the game. I mean, it's a joke. There's no timing. The quarterback and the receiver, you've got to get hit. It's football. That's the nature of the beast. I will guarantee you there'll be 60 to 70 injuries of feet, of hamstrings, of arms. I don't see these players cannot just walk off the field and not play exhibition football and go 4 quarters. It's not going to happen. It's impossible. Not very good. So what you have here is there's no timing for the quarterback in the offense. The defense will not be able to play the whole game. I'm sure they'll be out there, but they'll be exhausted. I mean, this is just a mess. It's hard to predict when you don't see the thing, okay, I can walk down a list. You got Kansas City. I have no idea how Patrick Mahomes is going to do. He played 1 game last year. How the hell is he going to play? He didn't play. Why aren't you playing him in the preseason? Oh, you're scared to get him hurt? We can get hurt the first play of the game. I mean, it doesn't matter, but I'll tell you what, his timing will be crap because you can't have timing in practice and call it game timing. Not going to work. Denver, Seattle, I have no idea. Who's on defense for Seattle? I'm sure Coach Pete will have a good one. I know Russell Wilson. I can bet on him. I don't know Denver. Case Keenum looked good at Minnesota. How's he going to look at Denver? How's Denver's defense? They lost Takib Halib. They've lost a few players. They drafted some defensive end that who knows if he's even going to start. So you don't know. Denver was weak last year. If this is a week 3 game and I got Seattle as a dog, I'm all over it. I love Seattle as a dog. But in this case, I don't know. I know Russell Wilson should keep it close, if not win it. But again, it's who's Seattle's defense, and I love betting defense, and I don't know. The Lions and the Jets. I got a new coach, Matt Patricia, who couldn't coach a high school game. Where do they find these guys? This guy has never been a head coach, but come on, the Lions, you can go through the list of guys who coached the Lions who've never had a head coaching job. Schwartz, the Navy guy who's the defensive line coach on Dallas. I mean, they take a defensive line coach. He's never been a head coach. Oh, I wonder why it didn't work. Oh, Schwartz. Well, he's never been a head coach. I wonder why it didn't work. I mean, you can go through the list of the Lions coaches that have never coached before. It's unbelievable, and they've done it again. Name one New England coach who's done anything without Tom Brady. Even Belichick, when he was on Cleveland, okay, they made the playoffs 1 year, then they stunk. And without Brady, Belichick ain't going to win anything. And with Charlie Weiss and all these guys who were assistant coaches have done nothing. The one guy who lied and was going to be the head coach somewhere last year. I don't even remember these turkeys' names. And he said, no, I'm going to stay in New England. And he screws his whole assistant coaches because he goes back to New England instead of signing with whoever. This is the quality of coach New England has. It's terrible. I don't see this guy winning 5 games. I mean, what is he going to? He doesn't have a defense. They didn't draft defense. They're so busy drafting offensive linemen that they don't draft defense. It's unbelievable. And I don't think it was a great defensive coordinator. How many? Philadelphia scored 40-something points in the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's the guy I wanted to coach my team, the defensive coach. I don't see, and I don't like the GM because he came from New England. He was not a GM at New England. So again, the Lions hire guys from New England who you hire a GM who's never been a GM, and you hire a coach who's never been a head coach. I can't trust the Lions. The Jets have got to be the dumbest team in the league, starting Darnold. What are they thinking? What a terrible, terrible decision to start Darnold. Darnold was nothing at USC. The score of the bowl game, Ohio State 27, USC 7. The guy scored 7 points on an Ohio State team that has more talent than the Lions. I'll give you that. He scored 7 points. They got blown out in the game. He's not a good quarterback. I think they beat Washington once, and he got killed by Notre Dame. I mean, this guy's not a good quarterback. And to throw him in, you've got to, first of all, if I draft a quarterback, the first year he's watching from the bench, unless everybody gets injured. He's not playing. The second year, he starts playing in the preseason games. And then you see how he looks, and you probably put him in week 4 or week 5. That's what you do. To put these guys in, especially this guy, he's only played 2 years in college. You need to play at least 3 years in college after a red shirt. So you got to be in college 4 years, and 3 of them as a starter for me to even look at you in the pros. These guys with 2 years experience, Winston, Darnell, you got to be kidding me. These guys are so not ready, it's ridiculous. Baker Mayfield will be outstanding. Josh Rosen will be outstanding. Josh Allen cannot handle a pass rush. Forget about it. Lamar Jackson, he can't throw the ball. He's a good runner, but so what? Quentin Flowers, Cincinnati's making him a running back. What a mistake that is. He should be their quarterback. No offense, but Andy Dalton, how many big games has that guy won? Like 0? So it's a tough first week. So I'm going to give you my best game in pros because I don't really, you've got to be careful week 1 because there's been no exhibition playing. You have no idea, the timing's bad. These guys are not in shape to play 4 quarters. So you're not really getting the true team and how many people will get injured, So you can't trust anything, especially these new quarterbacks. Okay, Brady, yeah, I know what I'm getting. Aaron Rodgers, I know what I'm getting, but he should have played more. So you go on down the list. So my game is Cincinnati and Indianapolis. Indy's laying 3. God only knows why they're favored. Andrew Luck. Cincinnati has so much the better team. Let's go through a few of the stats here. So when I look at Indy as a home favorite, last year they're 2-0 with, 2-0 against. Cincinnati as a road dog was 4-3 with, 4-3 against. 16. Cincinnati's not a great road dog. Well, they're 7-4. Indy, if you bet against Indy at home, it's 14-1. They're 8-0 against as a home favorite, 6-1 against as a home dog since 16. If I go back to 15, Indy is a home favorite, bet against 13-1. Cincinnati is a road dog, 12-4, 11-4 as a road dog, 12-3 bet against road dog. So you have Indy as a 13-1 bet against team. But just looking at it, looking at the stats from last year, now my rank on Cincinnati, I rank them as a 2 team. I give them the quarterback a 3, Dalton, the offense a 3. The defense is pretty strong. I gave it a 2, and the coach I gave a 4. I think he's terrible. So I think they're a 2-3 team. Indy, they scored 16 a game. You got to throw that out because of luck. But their defense gave up 25. Now, I'm not sure how much was the defense versus pick sixes and turnovers that led to easy touchdowns. I gave Indy a 4. With luck, he's a 1 quarterback. It means he's really strong. a 3 offense, a 4 defense, and a 4 coach, and a new coach. So I'm looking at going, Cincinnati's the better team getting points against a weak home favorite. And keep in mind, in 15, Andrew Luck played. So it's not like these stats are without Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck hasn't played in a year and a half, 2 years. Didn't play in the preseason much. He needed the work. He doesn't get it. I don't care if practice is practice. I look for Cincy to win this game outright, getting 9 points, so there's no way Indy's going to blow them out. Again, I think Cincy played a little more Dalton in the preseason, and I just think Cincy's a very live dog. I think Indy's a very weak favorite with this defense. Now, again, this is based on last year's stats, so I need at least 2 weeks of this year's stats to get a better read on the teams this year. I got caught last year on Jacksonville and the Rams, on Minnesota and Philly. I didn't think many in Philly were that strong, and the Rams were as strong as they were. And some of the teams faded. Indy without it, the Giants suck. Buffalo and Miami were in the playoffs. So I mean, there's a lot of bad teams. So you've got this year 7 new coaches. Detroit, I've talked about. Tennessee, Oakland, Arizona, Chicago, Indy, and the Giants, which makes it extremely difficult to figure out how are they going to be? Well, who knows? You need at least, I'd say, 4 or 5 games to bet those teams. I mean, Detroit will know pretty much how they do against. Now, they should beat the Jets rather easily, but there's no way that's going to happen. This game will be close, and if Darnell wasn't starting, I would take the Jets in this game, but because of Darnell starting, there's no way he's going to win on the road. So I think, but I can't bet Detroit because of the coach. So same thing, Oakland, I'm not a big Gruden fan. Arizona, I don't even know who the coach is. I mean, I'm not paying too much attention. The Bears, Indy, and the Giants is Shermer, who was the offensive coordinator in Minnesota, who did wonders with he did wonders with Case Keenum. So again, it's very tough there. So I got about 6 plays in college in pros. Again, playing some good defensive teams or quarterbacks that I'm aware of. Like in college, I took West Virginia against Tennessee last week because I knew Greer was the real deal. Top 5 draft pick, top quarterback. I know Greer, and I knew Tennessee was weak, and I took West Virginia. That was a strong play I had. So I'm doing that in the pros. I know Roethlisberger, I know Drew Brees, I know Brady. Even Nick Foles, I mean, people are knocking him. He won the Super Bowl. He ain't that bad. Dallas has Elliott back. The Chargers have Rivers. Houston, if it looks like Watson's going to go, that game should be a lot of points. Tampa Bay doesn't have Winston. You got one of these, Fitzpatrick playing, or McCown, or one of those guys. Rodgers, I know what I'm getting. So basically, I'm trying to stick with. I know Minnie's got a good defense, but I don't know how Cousins is going to be there. So it's trying to play those, but realizing week 1's extremely difficult because no preseason for most of these starters, afraid of the injury, and there's going to be a ton of injuries the first half of every game. So it makes it difficult. So this is a very gaining information week, but I'll stick with the basics. So giving you Cincinnati, a strong defense, good quarterback, good matchup for them. They should hang in there with the 9. For all the picks, go to Teaserking.com, www.teaserking.com. You can buy pro and college for $135 for the week. I think it's $350 for 4 weeks, which is really, $70, about $80. But you get all the locks, college and the pro, the locks 2-0, Boise and the under in the LSU. I do not have a lock in the pro. I do have a lock in college going, and 4 or 5 real strong college games, and I'll have 6 pro games that I can decipher that are pretty safe and should be strong. You know, the trends are there, and the team has covered a lot. So trying to stay strong versus weak when I can. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. Again, www.teaserking.com. Look forward to a big year, and please feel free to email me if you want with any questions. If you want, I do an advisor for $35 if you don't want to pay for the games. But, you know, Howard, what's the line? You know, who do you like in Houston, New England? Who do you like in Arizona, Washington? I can give you the trends and tell you who I like and how to money manage and things, you know, all my little, you know, tips and trends. Happy to do that for $35. So if you're a customer, you can certainly ask. If you buy the week and you want to play the Charger KC game and I don't play them, I'll definitely give you my opinion there and how strong to play it and how to money manage and build the bankroll, which is really the key thing. All right, everybody, have a great weekend and good luck to you.